Hi, I'm Birdime. Today we are talking about WWE 2K22, the first mainline wrestling game in a long time in the 2K franchise. There's a lot of expectations with it being so long and with the last game not being the best. So it's time to review the game, give it a score, and see if it stepped up to the plate. Now, there's a lot of wrestling games about to come out. Games like the Wrestling Code and games like the unnamed AEW game, which I'm so excited for both of those. But I honestly thought WWE did really good with this game. I think a lot of the things that I have complaints about are like minor parts of the overall good feature. So out of the gate, I want to talk about the roster. I think the roster was good. I can understand why they had to cut people and why some attires weren't up to date, but at the same time, I feel like one or two of them at least was kind of like, well, come on, that's a little too out of date. I get that you kept having to postpone due to COVID and other things, but come on, I just, there was one or two of them where I was just like, straight up just confused. But overall, the roster is really good, especially with the DLC fixing some of the things like Omos and Dewdrop not being in the game. But with some people like Kurt Angle or Lita, I just don't understand why they didn't get into the game. I understand that legends can't always be in the game, but I just feel like some people were expecting Lita to be in the game, especially with her just doing matches recently. But the quality of the roster just looked so good. Every character almost looks real or does look real. There's only one or two characters that to me they really could have improved on just a little bit. And moving now into the showcase mode, I just feel like 12 matches with one or two of them kind of being the matches that they were felt very odd. Like, I understand that they don't have everyone and they can't get everyone, but kind of just looking at the roster and looking at the showcase mode, it does feel like they didn't even try to get someone in the game that could actually help. Like, Kurt Angle would have actually helped the showcase mode. Or getting just maybe one extra legend. Just feels like one or two different matches. Or just adding a couple matches so those matches don't stand out as much would have definitely helped the showcase mode. My only other issue with the showcase mode, because I think they did really good. So many arenas, so many outfits for Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio is a character you kind of want multiple outfits for due to how many cool max he's had. But my only other thing is, and I have mixed opinions, is that instead of doing the video cutscenes with it actually being the gameplay characters, they actually show real footage from the match, and I don't know. Kind of feels like it takes you out of playing it just a little bit too much. And they actually have a lot of different things in this game. They have My Faction, they have GM mode, they have My Rise, they have Universe mode, and the only thing I can complain about Universe mode is that they should keep the promo feature. But overall, I think they did really good with most modes, besides maybe one or two tweaks. And I think that's the overall thing with this game, is that maybe just one or two tweaks would have improved the game a lot. And I'm about to get into gameplay, but all the other modes, it just felt like a few tweaks, same with the creation suite, etc. Just a few tweaks, and those things don't really like bog down the game too much. It's just, minor things would have really helped the game. But the game was overall good, and the gameplay was nice. It really felt not just reskin, like they actually put work into the game, and the gameplay shows that a lot. The camera angle I have mixed opinions on, but beyond that, the gameplay was so smooth. It did take some getting used to being a bit different, especially with the camera angle, but it was really good. There was, instead of usually when you say you go for a clothesline and then someone reverses it and they hit a Spanish fly, that would usually be two different animations. Like, they would actually, if you slowed it down, the characters would fully stop, or an arm would teleport into a different spot or something like that. But in this game, I actually saw someone slowed it down, and the person went for the clothesline, and they could immediately reverse it into a Spanish fly. And I just thought that looked so nice, and I even noticed how smooth some of the things are playing the game. Though some minor fixes would help the game, I think DLC will actually improve the game a lot to kind of fix some of the roster issues that I think some people would have. So it's really, in the end of the day, it's just one or two different matches in the showcase mode, maybe a minor tweak to the creation mode. But overall, I'm giving the game a 78%. I think they did really good. there's just a kind of a limitation, with sports games and certain games like this overall of how good they can be, because, the story just can't shine through in a game like this. But they did really good. I've been Birdime. Make sure to have a good night.